surprise. I should have called.
No, I'm always happy to see you.
I won't take too much of your time.
You can take up as much time as you want, but you seem a little fidgety. What's going on?
Yeah, you know, I need an objective opinion from someone who knows, and you're it. Well, you're the only one, actually.
Okay, I'll give it my best shot.
Okay. You knew Stone and I together. You know how much I loved him. You saw how devastated I was when he died.
Yeah.
And you saw me struggle and then decide to get on with my life, right? The operative word being decide. I made a conscious decision to reassemble what was left of my heart and get on with the business of living. So, I mean, it must be obvious to you, I mean, to anyone except arrogant know-it-all Patrick, that I'm not suffering from anything resembling survivor's guilt.
Of course you are.
I didn't realize you were in so much pain.
You don't have to sugarcoat it. I'm a lot stronger than I look right now, so why don't you just say what you really mean? You didn't know that I lost my virginity based on a lie and hit the jackpot and wound up pregnant. And then I decided to have an abortion rather than live with the consequences of my actions. And now you're stuck with me in the middle of nowhere. And I just had a major meltdown, and you're trying to figure out how to keep me in one piece long enough so that we can go to Oakfield, and you can find Spinelli so that you can get your life back on track.
Do you ever stop to breathe? Just breathe. Okay, look, finding Spinelli will be a lot easier with you, but if you're not up to it,
Don't you dare feel sorry for me right now.
Colleen,
Having to label everything, thank you.
Yes.
Like it's a disease, right? So I don't understand why I would have survivor's guilt when I know perfectly well that Stone died because his illness progressed to AIDS before the drug cocktails were available to him.
But see, you're talking about what you know in your head. A lot of times it has nothing to do with what's going on in your heart. You had a life, you have a career. Stone didn't.
But I don't feel guilty about being a doctor.
How about being in love with Patrick?
Once again, you seem to have forgotten the pecking order around here.
Is that so?
Yes, that's so.
Well, why don't you remind me?
My pleasure. I'm a surgeon. You're a nurse.
Which means what? I'm supposed to bow down before your godlike
Which means
presence?
you're supposed to treat me with some modicum of respect. Commenting on my personal life is completely inappropriate.
Let me tell you a little something about on-campus relationships. Folks start out floating on air, stealing time in supply closets. Then things go south. And those same people start slamming around, barking orders, and running the staff off their feet.
What's your point?
If you and Dr. Scorpio don't want comments made about your romance, then don't play it out in the middle of the hospital for everyone to see. That, Surgeon Drake, is inappropriate.
In case you've forgotten, Mr. Owens is in 712.
You're always so defensive.
Probably. More so since the abortion, I guess. I told my mom about it, finally. After putting it off forever.
Were you afraid she'd be mad?
Yeah, I was afraid she would hate me. That she would be so disappointed that she wouldn't look at me the same way again. But I was wrong. My mom was wonderful. She couldn't have been more supportive. And I felt like this huge weight had been lifted off me until she went back into herself again. And then now I have all these questions and doubts, like, what if I had just kept my mouth shut? What if the pressure of finding out about the abortion and having to comfort me made her lose her grip on reality that much sooner. And then the biggest question of all, what if I had done things differently? Like never having slept with Dylan in the first place.
You can drive yourself crazy with what ifs. It's not going to change what happened.
You sound really sure. Don't you ever have any doubts or regret anything that you've done?
All the time.
What have you done that you're sorry for? I mean, really sorry for, not just inconvenience. Not that you're sorry that Spinelli got away or that you're stuck here with me. I mean, what do you wish that you had done differently or not done at all?
That's the thing. I don't wish. I never saw the point of making things up and being sad when they didn't happen.
Okay, well, that says something fairly interesting about you, but it still doesn't answer my question.
I want Sam to be exonerated.
I'm not asking about Sam, I'm asking about you. I mean, you should hear the way the Quartermains talk about you, Mr. Confident. If you screw up, it just rolls right off your back.
Is that what you think?
Well, I wouldn't know, I'm just telling you what I've heard. But if I were to guess, I would say that if anything goes wrong in your world, you probably improvise plan B. And you've never crashed and burned, so you don't know how it feels, and that's why you can't empathize with me.
I don't know about empathy, but I broke up with Sam because I was afraid.
Of what?
Of watching her die because she loved me. So I walked away. And everything that's happened since has been a direct result of my decision to leave her. So yeah, I understand. I understand regret.
So how do you get past it and move on?
I know what it feels like to blame yourself for living when someone you love dies. On the one hand, it drives you. You want to be worthy of that person, so you set goals, you strive to achieve them. On the other hand, you feel like you dodged a bullet, got away with something, you know. You start feeling like you don't deserve your own life. Mm-hmm. So you start sabotaging the things you work so hard to achieve.
I would never do that. I would never waste the life that I've been given.
Well, after Stone died, you were carrying a heavy burden. Right? I mean, look, it's not up to you to live your life as a memorial to Stone. I mean, he wouldn't want that, and he wouldn't want you to beat yourself up because you're falling in love again.
What makes you think that I love Patrick?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you've mentioned it once or twice, or...
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was just caught up in the moment.
And there's always the way you look at Patrick. Right? You brighten up when people mention his name, and you defend him, and you praise him.
Sorry I asked.
But you did, and I'm not done yet. I know you're in love with Patrick. You know why? Because you're struggling with this. And you're feeling guilty when you never did before. 11 years now. Can you imagine? Stone's been dead 11 years and you're still hanging on to that. You're starting to let go, right? And it terrifies you.
You know, I know I'm not your first choice of confidant, but you got something on your chest. I'm here, and I actually do care about you, Patrick.
3407. Dr. Gail Murphy, call 3407.
You know about Stone Cates? Yeah. Robin's first love, right? He died from AIDS?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to compete with that? I mean, and there's a reason why Juliet killed herself. She could live till she was 105. No man will ever compare to the love she had and lost when she was 14. And that's Robin. Stone is permanently enshrined in her memory. Perfect and tragic. The minute that memory is threatened, the minute she feels anything real or lasting with me, she freaks out like she's being unfaithful to the guy. I mean, no disrespect, but he's been dead for 10 years.
Maybe you should, see it from her perspective. She fell in love with this guy Stone, right? And what happened? He died. Now she's fallen in love again. Why don't you connect the dots?
It's just that Colleen is Spencer's primary caregiver, and he knows her touch him
completely when your mother died. And even now it still feels like my loss. Though, for the record, I know you lost her too.
Let's not worry about that right now.
Maybe it was because she died on my table under my hands. I'll never know for sure. I just would have spiraled out, I think, anyway. She was that central to my life. Anyway, the point is that even now, years later, thinking about feeling that and risking that devastating loss again, it just stops me in my tracks. And Robin is actively in a relationship with you, feeling love again, and she's taking the risks.
So it's the potential of loss that's got her all freaked out.
Yeah, sometimes fear can be pretty debilitating. And it's often easier just to blow up the thing that's causing the fear.
I'll shot of tequila, please, and don't stop there.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. You okay? Mm-hmm. So are you sure? So are your partners and stuff by the night?
No, tonight is just a one-woman celebration.
Yeah? What's the occasion?
I have no idea, but when I figure it out, I will be sure to let you know. Nice shirt.
Thank you, I appreciate that.